Y101. Today's show is brought to you by these great sponsors. Appling Healthcare in Baxley, Vidalia Federal in Vidalia and Lyon, Johnson & Johnson Transport in Uvalde, and by Todd Paget Housing Center in Claxton. Now, let's talk about what's happening in our community with your host, Tony Doc Wardlaw.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to this edition of Community Matters. I'm your host, the Doc, and I'm here once again on a beautiful Wednesday morning. I love it. Wednesday mornings, it's always beautiful, whether it's sunny or rainy. It's still beautiful. And it's good to come in this morning and see the newlywed himself. Hey, Scott.
Morning, Doc. Yeah, life is good.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Well, we've got I promised you another good show on this morning, and boy, do we have a fire burner in the house this morning. We have none other than the one and the only, the illustrious and the beautiful, Miss Pam Fountain, who is the Toombs County Coordinator for a program called Action Pact. How you doing this morning, Pam?
Doing great. Thank you for having me today. I'm enjoying. I'm ready to go.
All right.
Tell the story.
Well, you can already see that Pam is good enough to take my job.
There you go.
And she was made for the radio.
There you go. I can do it.
Well, listen, one of the things we like to do at our program, Pam, is we like to share with our listeners the great things and great programs that are in our community that many people, of which they are just not aware. And an Action Pact is something that a lot of people they might not know about. So tell us about Action Pact and some of the things that you do.
Well, you're right, Tony. We started, I'll be honest with you, Action Pact started. Mm-hmm. We've been around for 55 years.
Okay.
We're a secret agency. That's what I call us. We're quiet. We go behind, but we do so much for our community. Mm-hmm. The population who we serve and what we do, it's been a blessing.
Wow.
But our Action Pact is, like I said, it started on, a lot of people don't realize, Lyndon Johnson did War on Poverty. The civil rights.
That's a while ago.
And it started then. Mm-hmm. And that's where Community Action started. Community Action is not only in us as Action Pact, but they're all around the state of Georgia and the United States, even in Puerto Rico.
Wow.
But our agency covers in the southeast part region of Georgia and a little bit in the southwest. And the programs we serve is just abundance.
Well, a lot of people, when we talk about Action Pact, the reason why some people may not know who you are is because I used to remember it being called Concerted Services.
Correct. They did change the name to Action Pact.
Okay.
My theory and my understanding was, we take action back into our community.
Wow.
And we take a pact and who we serve. Action Pact here in Toombs County serves over 1,000 plus.
Wow.
Population.
Now, when you say 1,000 plus, when I thought of Concerted Services a few years ago before the name change, I remember, the meals that they served to the senior citizens, and I remember also going in once and volunteering to be the coordinator for the bingo game. Is that still the same?
We do have that program as well. A lot of people do think we're a senior center, but we are a community action and nutrition programs for the elderly. Wow. So we have those programs as well. But a lot of people know about us. But we do. We have a senior meal program. We have a social group that comes approximately Monday through Thursday.
Okay.
They come for 2.5 hours a day.
Okay.
They get a hot meal. They end up doing activities there as well. We have a phenomenal, and the people need to come by and see this.
Okay.
We have established a new environment for our senior social club. I call it my little social club. we're 60 and up. We're still 60 and up and still young.
All
and we're
right,
60.
that's right. Okay. Wow.
We have, thank you to, Action Pact, the City of Idea, and to Georgia Power. We have an internet cafe. Anybody in the population that's 60 and up can come and utilize our services there.
So anybody in, what is it, just Toombs County?
Toombs County here, yes.
If you're in Toombs County and you're 60 years and older, you can come down and join this Action Pact Social Club.
Oh, yes. We have, anybody come and look around and we have several. Just come up and just say, I don't want to eat, I just want to do the activities. What do y'all have going on? And I've seen so many that have changed.
Wow.
The seniors.
Wow.
We have a beautiful dining room. A dining hall that's just been revamped. We don't have the plastic tables. We have regular home dining room tables.
How many members do you currently have?
Right now for our social club, 35. Our congregate member, that's what we call it. I call it my little social club, but it's really congregate members. That's what the politically correct word.
Right.
But other than that, yes, but we don't only just serve there. We do, people understand Meals on Wheels. So we do the home delivery service.
Okay, is that every day?
Monday through Friday.
And what time are the meals delivered?
We start delivering around 10 o'clock.
Okay.
But these are for our homebound clients. Those are ones that really cannot do for themselves a little bit, not able to cook, but they get a nutrition meal. Would they do hot? They can ask for request frozen meals. They can request shelf meals. So we give them a variety of choices of what they would like.
How many homebound persons do you currently serve?
Right now we're serving in our community 108 here in Toombs County.
108. Monday through Friday.
Yes.
That's over 540 meals a week.
Yes. We have a Vidalia route and we have a Lions route. So we have two drivers that cover both of those as well to take care. And it's not all about the meals. It's all about the visual. Seeing that client, seeing what they can. Sometimes they go in there and they help them take the trash out or just to camera the eyes on them. Because we've been there where we've seen there's been an emergency situation. If we were not there, that client might have been there, that person could have been there for days and nobody would have known about it.
So all of this is happening literally, seemingly right under our noses.
Right. And we also have a community care program services here. This keeps people in their home. They also end up having a CNA come in where they don't have to go to the nursing home.
Wow.
They have an emergency life button. That is there for emergency. They do have like a nurse that goes in and checks on them.
And you all coordinate that?
Yes, we do coordinate with them. That's a program underneath Action Pact. But as well, in Toombs County, we work with Community Action. We work I call it the big umbrella.
Okay.
We have so many programs underneath our agency.
Wow.
And what we do. And, a lot of people think that we are a state or federal government agency. We are not. We are a nonprofit agency.
Excellent.
And that's where we can focus on doing more programs and come back, back into our community. Right now, energy assistance coming.
Okay.
It started yesterday. It's 65 and older.
65 and older for energy assistance.
Yes, 65 and older. It's based on income base, on that. But they get credit on their electric bill and their power bill and their heating source. And now a lot of our programs are seasonal.
Okay.
And underneath those programs, energy assistance, that's called our community action programs.
Got it.
Those are community service block grant programs that also come through. Is that, and we case manage also clients to get them that independency, get out of the poverty level.
There you go.
So we get that. I can tell you some stories, and it's just I can sit here all day and tell you a lot that I've seen people have accomplished.
Wow.
LPN degrees, GEDs, going on to get into RNs.
Now, are these programs that you coordinate with, like Southeastern Tech, or or these in-house programs that you help people with as far as their GED or their LPN?
What we do is we are their voice and advocate. We will call, we will do resources, but we also work with the clients to show their independency. We work on them as a mentoring, as a group.
And you point them in the right direction.
Yes.
And really give them the motivation to do it for themselves.
Right, and you got to that. I've seen a while back, I had a homeless girl. She ended up getting 2 jobs.
Look at her.
She ended up buying her car.
Wow.
She ended up getting a place for her and her children.
My.
She was sleeping on the benches at the hospital. And now she is getting a degree in administration for nursing home.
Now this is where I need one of those hand claps. Now and we have a program like that right here.
Exactly.
In Jones County.
It's so much plus what we give back these programs, like rental assistance. CARES Act program comes in. That's the funding. We keep those people in their homes. And, when people are calling and say, I'm not able, we all can be one step away of being in that situation.
That's right.
And we all have to realize that. And thank goodness we have these programs here. It's not all about poverty. Sometimes we just go through hard times.
You go through hard times.
I've seen professors come in.
Wow.
I've seen doctors.
Yeah.
I've lost my job.
Yeah.
Can you help me?
See that?
And those are things, yes, we got this program. Just give them that little nudge and there it goes. You just got to give that little ump and get them over that hill.
Get them over the hump.
And then they keep on going up. And, just people, that's what I look at with the programs. We also right now have our water assistant program going on. And those are people that are in arrearage. To keep that water on where they can take a bath, drink water. I mean, those are things that we provide. We have a weatherization program.
Okay.
We can go into the homes. And we have contractors. We have a weatherization program.
Okay.
These are true contractors that come in and go into
not the shade tree mechanic.
Right. That's true. They have to go through the whole industry and get a license for it.
Wow.
They go in and make the home more energy efficient. If you are a renter and a person is a landlord, if they sign off on it, they can help. But that renter has to be in that home.
Okay.
But, if you own a home, we can come and make your home a little bit more energy efficient.
Wow.
We put like insulation, they look at the window, they don't place all the windows, they don't place windows.
Do you have to be a certain age to take advantage of those programs?
No. With the weatherization, no. With the energy assistance, yes, that's the beginning. There is a criteria, and the arrearage right now is to anybody. A past due arrearage, and then the 60 and up will start in January with the water program, and then general population after that.
Got it.
So
you kind of take care of the 60 and up, and then you do it in phases. Then you go to the general population.
Right.
After that.
And like I said, our funds are more seasonal. They come in. Our heating program goes from November to March. Then our cooling comes in from April to June, and the water's here till the funding is depleted out.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are having wow, you can tell I'm speechless. That doesn't happen often, and I'm telling you, there's just so much that you all do, and I'm kind of blown away because I hadn't heard of these services to this extent. And I hope you, our listeners, are catching all of this. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back again and see if we can't catch up on some of the other things that Pam has talked about this morning. I want to revisit that, the social club, that's what we're calling it. But anyway, don't go anywhere. Come right back right after these messages. We'll be back with Miss Pam Fountain.
Smarter, not harder. Here at Vidalia Federal, we are all about that phrase as we strive to make your life easier. No more drowning in paperwork or being interrogated over the idea of buying a house. Getting a home loan should be an enjoyable, simple process, not a daunting task. This is Julia McKenzie with Vidalia Federal Savings Bank, and I am here to make the mortgage process easy and simple. Come see me at the Vidalia branch on Jackson Street to talk about your next home purchase or refinance. I look forward to serving you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's fall, y'all, and you know what that means. It's game time. So fire up the grill, call your family and friends, and invite them over to watch the game in your new home from Todd Paget Housing Center in Claxton, Georgia. This is Anthony J., and I'm here to tell you that we can help you punt away that rent payment and drive you down the field to home ownership. We'll bust you through all the mortgage paperwork, too, like old Herschel Walker busting through a defensive line. Come see the Todd Squad today at Todd Paget Housing Center right off of Highway 280 in Claxton, and let's kick off to your dream home. Todd Paget Housing Center, your dream, our team.
Dorothy Davis with Southeastern Business Solutions here, specializing in website services, graphics management, and video editing. We have partnered with TCB Broadcasting to bring your sponsorship ads to life with their live on-air programs, which are recorded and archived along with your sponsorship ads as they were aired at the time of production. These programs are viewable by anyone at any time from anywhere on major social outlets like YouTube or Facebook, to include tcbbroadcasting.com's website. That's a lot more viewing potential, more than you would get than with a still banner that's only viewable by website visitors. With this kind of viewing potential, you want to make sure your ad says a lot more than a simple animated logo can say. These services are only available on tcbbroadcasting.com, and the spots are limited. So reach out to your TCB Broadcasting account executive and get yours locked in as soon as possible. You can bring your own video with you, or you can email Dorothy at southeasternbusinesssolutions.com, and you and we can put our creative minds together to come up with the perfect ad that says the perfect message and gets you the perfect attention.
Welcome back to this edition of Community Matters. I'm your host, the Doc, Tony Wardlaw, and we have been having, it has been a jam-packed conversation with none other, and jam-packed, no pun intended. We're talking with Pam Fountain with Action Pack, and we were talking about the various programs you have, and I'm telling you, I am blown away this morning, with all that you do. What kind of staff do you have to help you with these programs?
Really, right now, I have approximately about 6 staff members that help us. I have an assistant. She's a gracious person, Miss Deborah. A lot of people will call. She's a great asset.
Quite a few times.
I can't do it without her. I can't do it without her.
She was very instrumental in helping to make sure we got you on the radio, and she's very knowledgeable as well. She
is, and that is one thing that is an asset. All staff that works for me, I hope you absorb, because when you're out in the public, you got to tell the story a little bit, and what programs are going on.
Right.
And, I've just touched a little bit. I haven't dwelled on coming up right now. Georgia Cares program is a Medicare enrollment is going on for our seniors, and we have those programs underneath our Action Pack as well.
Oh my goodness! I just need to ask you, what do you not do?
That's the question. What is the question?
Well, Pam, let's go back to the what is the politically correct name of it now? The social.
Well, it's congregate members. That's what we call it. I feel like.
Let's go back. Then.
There you go.
I'm gonna revisit that.
Okay.
Now. They can come in how many times a day?
They can stay as long. They come in. We have some that come in around 9 and stay with us as long as they would like. Okay. We do have exercise programs going on. They can stay and they can do an activity, they can do a craft, they can do anything in those aspects. I'm trying to bring in the Tai Chi Club back.
Okay.
We used to have that, so just keep an eye out for that. That's what.
So you just literally you kind of give them an outlet to come and not be alone.
Right. And I've seen there's several of our seniors there have been isolated in their home. And I had one yesterday say, thank you for letting me come.
Wow.
and opened the doors for this.
Wow.
It gives me inspiration.
Wow.
And I feel good when I leave here.
See there. And you talked about the cafeteria.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are the meals there, do they cost?
They are cost in aspect. For our seniors, we just inquire a contribution.
Okay.
Our food source is distributed down through federal government funding, and where we're able to pay, but that's not a lot. And so any contribution goes back to our communities, into our agency,
to cover those expenses.
Costs. Yes, it helps, because then we can serve a lot more.
Wow.
And able to obtain, more clientele. And people don't realize one thing: if you don't do census here, it cuts the programs out.
Oh. So you're government funded based off the numbers of the census.
Exactly.
So if people fail to participate in the census, then it affects your funding.
Exactly. They look at the population overall. So if they look in Toombs County and only so much, we only get so much funding for that.
Wow.
And that's why,
a lot of people, they kind of shy away from the census, and in essence, it hurts our community.
It really does. And even for our financial, even with the Energy Assistance Program, I mean, right now it's based on the census on those, because, if you don't do that, you won't get a lot of funding.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't know.
Yeah.
And it goes to the state, goes, okay, well, Atlanta's getting all this now.
Yeah. Wow.
So Atlanta gets all the money.
Wow.
In South Georgia, we get a little. And that is very important. So I encourage anybody next go around, please do your census. Your mama, your daddy, yourself, maybe later on, might need these programs.
Yeah, because the next census will be, we just had one in 2020, right?
Exactly.
So the next census will be 2030. Yours truly will be right. I'll be close to that age to where I'll be able to join that social club.
There you go. And that's what I look at. I said, and that'd be good. Come on, Tony, we'll have a good time over there.
I can't wait. I used to go in and help with the bingo, and I was sitting there like, man, I want me a card.
Right.
I want to win this morning.
That's right. Oh, and they get upset if you don't play bingo. I promise you.
It was serious. I mean.
Oh, they get real serious.
Oh, yeah, it was serious. But I was sitting there thinking like, man, I don't want to be on this end of it. I want to be on the other end. That's the fun end over there.
I know. They all sit there. What y'all got over there? They'll come look at the prizes,
Right.
So, and they go, can we play bingo today? And I'm like, I don't have a problem with it, because the goal is here is to give the seniors a choice.
Right.
And if you give them a choice, it makes them happy.
Yeah.
I mean, would you want to come in and tell you what to do? No, I want you to come and be. This is home away from home.
That's good.
And we do provide transportation for people to come.
Okay.
So if you're not able to drive or get to transportation, you just say, we can provide those services as well to you.
So, for our listeners, if you're 60 and above and you just want to, I would encourage you to just go down to Action Pact, located at 107 Old Airport Road, and that is in the building.
The Vidalia Community Center.
Vidalia Community Center, and that is the building behind Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Correct.
Okay, that's the building behind Kentucky Fried Chicken. You go in there, and I'm telling you, it's one of the most professional and courteous staffs that I've seen. They will help you. They will tell you what they can and cannot do. And then for those persons who just might be in need of assistance of any kind, I mean, you're servicing over 1,000 people, not just seniors, but all of those persons who just might need some help, might need a hand just to get over a hump. And it happens. I mean, and you talked about doctors and all sorts of other people. You go through bad patches, and you never know. And it's just good to know that we have these programs on hand. So tell us, how, other than visiting the facility, how can other people call you and contact you and find out about your program?
Yeah, you can call us at 912-537 0453. And just call and just say what's going on. You know, what programs are going on today, or if you want some information about our nutritional programs, or just community action programs. You know, and you know, I keep on throwing out certain things. We do provide Georgia legal aid services. So attorneys, we do have attorneys that come that can do wills, power of attorney. I help with certain legal issues.
Is this for anybody?
This is for really, they try to emphasize 68, but they told me, they said if anybody comes into a strap or a hard time, give them a call. They might can help them.
Wow.
You know, with that, you know, I've had a couple of seniors that, you know, in this area that have been scammed. And it's hurt their credit. Guess what they're doing? They're helping at no charge.
This is phenomenal. Well, do you have a website?
Yes, you can go on to www.action, ACTION, Pact, PACT.org.
Okay, and then they can see those programs there as well.
Oh, yes, you can read all about it, and, you know, and go back and read, you know, Head Start's underneath the Action Pact programs here, too.
This is wonderful.
And, you know, just go back and first start off with read about Lyndon Johnson.
Right.
And read about the war on poverty. And, you know, people don't realize what Lyndon Johnson went up to, worked on the Appalachian Mountains with Billy Graham.
Wow.
And there's a video, y'all can go on YouTube and read the history and get in depth and understand what community action is all about.
So Head Start is under your program?
Yes.
So now we're talking about from, 3 years old?
Yes.
All the way up. Okay.
I also have educational talent search underneath that. That could help people out, that first generation get to college. We got a lot of programs.
You never stop. I'm getting tired just listening to you. And then, you know what I like about it, Pam, is you're energetic, and I can tell you're passionate about it.
Love it.
And we just appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you for all you do.
And thank y'all for
we're going to have you back on the show to talk some more about these programs.
Sure.
This has been phenomenal. And so it's Action Pact, ladies and gentlemen. And you can give them a call at 912-537-0453. And you can talk with Pam and all of her staff, and they will be happy to help you. So thank you again, Pam, for joining us on this morning. And we want to encourage you to be blessed in all you do and keep the fire burning.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you all, one and all, for listening on this morning. This has been another edition of Community Matters. We always thank Scott for being with us. And again, congratulations, Scott, to you and Robin. And always good to have Miss Dorothy Davis. If you want to, please go back to our website and take a look at this. And I didn't mention that Pam's mom used to be here in Lyons, Georgia, Miss Joy Lewis.
Yes.
She was over the, I think it was Lyons Main Street as well. And so you could go online and take a look to see what Pam looks like, so you know exactly who to ask for when you get down to the Action Pact. And you can do that at tcbbroadcasting.com. That's tcbbroadcasting.com. And we look forward to having you visit our website. So once again, thank you for joining us. I'm your host, The Doc. Come back again on next week, and we will have another great show ready for you again. Everyone have a blessed day and be blessed.
You've been listening to Community Matters, a service of TCB Broadcasting. Today's show was brought to you by Appling Healthcare in Baxley, Vidalia Federal in Vidalia and Lyons, Johnson & Johnson Transport in Uvalde, and by Todd Paget Housing Center in Claxton. Tune in next week at 8:15 during Y101's live morning show for another special guest. We'll talk about what's happening right here in our hometown. Community Matters is a service of TCB Broadcasting on Country Legends Y101.